YouTube. Look, I had to think for a minute. Where the hell am I? And it could feel like that, you guys. It can feel like we in another dimension. It could feel like we in a parallel universe, okay? A lot of us have jump timelines. We're looking at people from we're looking at people who are stuck in a timeline that we are no longer a part of. So, you know, um, things could be feeling, and like we just had a full moon too, you guys. Damn, I'm fine. Glory. Y'all see it. Bitch just keep getting finer. It's Leo season. And it's almost my birthday. Okay? Donations accepted, birthday gifts, okay? Tip jar. Okay, link trees down there. You might have to copy and paste it because I gotta go through the process of that's none of y'all business. Anywho, so I came here to give y'all a message, right? So, I've been in meditation for the past couple of, maybe like the last week and a half. Been doing some things to try to try to clear up my connection, right? Not that it was foggy, but what Spirit told me, let me tell y'all, God speaks to us in so many ways, right? So let me tell you how what God said to me today. So I wear glasses, right? And my glasses, like when I come outside my house, because where I am is very humid, right? And so when I go out my house, inside my house, it's cooler. So when I go outside, my glasses begin to fog up. So I went outside today, and of course they begin to fog up. And usually, I do something where I take my shirt, or I'll wipe it, or I'll find something, like clear my glasses, clean them. And I do something. I take steps to do something to clear them. So this time, Spirit was like, just let the fog clear on its own. And so I'm sitting there blind as hell because I can't see because it's foggy. Y'all see where it's going. Spirit teaches us. If we listen, God teaches you. God always leads you. And this is what I mean by, constantly being in a connection with God, like walking with God constantly. Like God is the one who's always guiding and leading and ordering your steps. And so anyway, so as the fog began to clear, I could clearly see. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to take that extra step. I didn't have to wipe them. All I had to do was to be patient, and the fog will clear on its own, and clarity could resume. Okay, that's a whole lesson. So just know that could be some of y'all. There could have been some fog, okay, around your intuition. There could have been some choices or something that you are cloudy about or unsure about. And but Spirit saying that is clearing, and that's why the topic today is, you're up next. You're up next. You know what I'm saying? It's your turn. You're up next. So whatever that means for you, okay? Because you could have been shoveling energy towards a certain manifestation because you guys, certain manifestations take longer than other ones, and we got to thank God that they do, because God has shown me several things, especially over this past year and a half, when it comes to my purpose, right? I'm so glad God moved how God moved, and I'm glad I was obedient. Some things I had no choice over, and I'm glad of that too. Some things just happened because of the result of my choices, right? Because when I made the choice, I was either in desperation, I was either in frustration, so it didn't do anything but bring me more of that. Okay, so but when it comes to my purpose, I'm glad God moved like God moved, because it got all the snakes out my grass. It helped me identify snakes, because I wasn't identifying snakes in my grass before. I was in a lion's den full of fucking snakes and didn't even know it. People who would talk about me, okay, love me to my face, and then talk about me behind my back. And I'm not just speaking of people in my recent past. I'm talking about This goes back years and years and years, right? And so when it came to that and my purpose, and I'm glad that God was able to cultivate, and I was able to let go and surrender and allow God to cultivate. Now it is being blessed. Now it is stable. I was so unstable within myself, okay? Instability. A double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. And I was double-minded with my faith. Okay, like I'm sitting here saying that I have faith in God, and this is why God kept telling me to practice what I preach and walk my walk. Because I'm sitting here saying that I trust God and I trust spirit and I trust my ancestors, but I'm trusting people with my livelihood, and I'm trusting people with my stability. No, no, no. God said no. Your stability lies in source. It don't lie in people, and that's why it doesn't even have anything to do with those people and have everything to do with my purpose. If I am supposed to help people understand that God will make a fucking way, then you got to practice what you preach. If you say faith can move mountains, then you got to practice what you preach. You got to have faith in me, not in other things that are outside of me. So I learned so much about myself because everybody has character. It's about what kind of character are you developing. Okay? So God was developing my character to be like him. Come on, God, teach your people. To be like that of the highest God, because that was the desire of my heart. And then I realized, okay, that God meant more to me than money. God meant more to me than material shit, and that is not something that I was taught. Indirectly, I was taught that you choose work over God. Now, they gave the illusion of being Christian. They gave the illusion of loving God, but their faith was just like mine, double-minded. Come on, God, teach your people. Their faith was just like mine, double-minded, which is why I was there. And God had to show me what true faith was like. And when I tell you God creates miracles, I don't sit here and just say that out my ass. God has created miracles in my life. Literally shit appearing out of no motherfucking where. How did this come here? I don't ask questions no more. I don't ask how. I don't ask how. And it's okay if you do, because God will continue to show you. As long as you have that mustard seed of faith, God will continue to show out for you. Okay? And that's what the message. Oh, and the second thing was, like, when it came to my purpose, I'm glad because it helped define my character and helped me be a leader, a more compassionate, empathetic leader. And also not a leader that dwells in insecurity. So now I feel like I gotta people please, because that will never work. And so, like I said, but and also when it comes to my relationships, what I deserve, not only on a romantic level, but on a friendship level too. I do not play that shit. I don't let motherfuckers in my energy, y'all. Yeah. You got to study to show thyself approved. You got to be God approved to step into this auric field, baby. Because when you step into this auric field, it's healing. You get blessed in this energy. The fuck is wrong with you? You get blessed in this energy. So if you ain't got no favor and you can't bring your own blessings to add to my blessings, that means you'll take away. No, no, no. Okay, I don't like subtraction. I like God adds, God multiplies. Okay, God only subtracts when I need to subtract, when I need to step back. God might subtract. But other than that, God adds. So anything that comes into my life adds value. And the one major thing that I realized when it comes to relationship, and especially romantic relationships, is I come first. I used to lose myself in relationships, in friendships too. In any kind of relationship I tried to build, I always tried to be that one that would be the stand up, show them, because most people were broken, never seen love before, never had love before, unconditional love, never had a light in their life before. And so of course they threw it away. Of course they misunderstood it. Of course they talked about it. When you see something you don't see every day, people fear things they do not understand. So, but the one thing that I learned, and I'm so glad that I waited for a relationship. Because my man understands, glory, okay, that I need me time. Yeah. It's going to be me and God first. So it's going to be your ass, Mr. Postman. Nothing comes before God. And I wasn't always like that. So allow God to continue to develop who you are. Continue to speak up for yourself. Love on yourself. And know your worth. Know what you deserve. Okay? I don't be coming on here telling y'all these readings that you're royalty for nothing. Y'all think I just be spitting that out my goddamn mouth? Hell no. God is awakening his royal beings, beloved. We are awakening and we are gathering. Yeah, we're gathering. Okay? So it may look like destruction, but like God said, destruction looks the same in the beginning and the end. The end of destruction looks like it looks the same in the beginning. Okay? Because you're crossing. Look, I immediately cut the cards to 3 of Wands. Expansion. God said, I'm expanding you in your relationships. We got the 2 of Cups. Rattles or music could be significant. We don't pray though, y'all. Hey, Dorothy. Good afternoon, y'all. Hey. Do I like WWE? I used to. I used to watch that kind of stuff all the time. Now I'll be having too many. I just had to grow up. Okay, so. Most High God, most gracious God, ancestors known and unknown that are beneficial, archangels, ascended masters, and guides, we honor you. With our love, appreciation, and gratitude, we ask that you allow the Holy Spirit to flow through this place right now. If there are any hearts that are heavy, God, you know what your children need. Give them the clarity of the inspiration, whatever is on their heart, God. Feel the whole. Give them what they are searching for. Alhamdulillah. Remove my ego so that only you remain, so that I may be a clear channel for divine creativity and an instrument for higher will. To you, Most High, I commit my spirit to be used as you see fit. Okay, we declare and we decree as we seal this prayer and open this portal, fortify this energy. Amen. Alhamdulillah. Ashe, Aibobo, Namaste, Selah, and so mote it be. So let's get into it. Okay. If you and I are ever in, I would like to meet you. I'm a pretty cool individual, and I'm pretty sure you are too. You know, I'm pretty sure you are too. So let's see here. What does God want to tell his people today? Page of Swords. What y'all studying? Y'all learning something new? God said, what did you say? What did you tell them? It's their turn. You're up next. Page of Swords. So y'all could be learning something new, studying something new, researching some things. They go to 2 of Cups again. Okay? So y'all could be coming into union with, if it's not a divine counterpart, then it's like soulmate relationship. And I said that in the beginning, that we're gathering. Queen of Wands, action. Okay? Definitely gathering together. Entrepreneurs, Queen of Wands, bitch, we're fine. Okay, God working some magic. God is working some magic right now. So let's see. Okay, let's see. But it's like being able, look, the two of Cups again. So definitely heavy soulmate energy. All right, and it could be romantic. It could. I'm not saying that it can't. Right. So the 2 of Cups, it can start off platonic and then end up to something, or it can be just platonic. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is kindred spirits energy with the Knight of Discs. Okay, so something's been moving slow here. When it comes to like maybe a relationship, somebody could be watching you, researching you, studying you. Look, the Hermit in reverse. Somebody's coming out of hermit mode. It's not, look, I'm telling you, you're up next. Come on, God, teach your people. And that was the first card that came out. If y'all been in hermit mode, it's time for y'all to come out. But look, you've gained so much wisdom here. Look, you got the golden pot. I wonder what's in that basket. Okay, God, rod and his staff, they comfort me. So you finna come out of hermit mode, very wise here. Okay, there's something about this hut. You could stay like in a pink house, or there could be a pink house by you. Okay, but this you've been in solitude. Your time in solitude is over, right? But you gained enough wisdom. That's what God was talking about, building your character. Okay, defining your character. They just showed me Psalm 66. I have been refined as silver is refined. There was affliction laid on my back. He said nets laid on my back. There was affliction. They went through the fire and the water. Men rode over their head, and God brought them to rich fulfillment. So y'all have definitely been carrying a lot of things, going through a lot of things. You know, men riding over your back, so being overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's seeing you. Look, you got the sun with the hermit. Somebody's finna see. Somebody finna see. God said it's your turn. It's up next. And here go that 3 of Wands. Okay. Here go that 3 of Wands. Hey, pay homage. Hey, baby. Okay. Yep, it's time for the chosen ones to get to work, baby. You got coming out of the hermit mode and right into the 3 of Wands, y'all. Right into taking action. Right going into your ships coming in. So your ships coming in. Okay, there could be something about overseas travel, or maybe you want to work overseas. And y'all, here go that airplane. I just posted a video, right? Because I was going over the way this morning, right? I was in meditation and I was reading my Psalms, of course, because y'all know I read Psalms every morning for protection, right? So I was reading, everybody know about Psalms 91. And when Spirit was talking to me about Psalms 91, y'all got to understand how many people pray this prayer. How many of our ancestors of Psalms 91. Psalms 91 is a prayer of protection. And just think, my whole body's vibrating as I say this. So y'all got to know we are protected. But when I was reading God said read Psalms 90. And I started to read Psalms 90. And this was when Moses was in the wilderness. His ass was going through, beloveds. You know what I'm saying? And Moses was talking about all the shit that they was going through. Ain't nothing new under the sun, beloved. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And so Moses was talking about all the shit, and he was just saying, like, how long will your people have to be afflicted? You know? And but in that, you know, like I said, Psalms 90 was asking, praying for relief. And that's what a lot of us have been doing. God had to get us in the secret place. Okay, that's Psalm 91. Come on, God, teach your people. Okay, that's what this hermit mode was. That's why you had to go into hermit mode, because God had to get you in a secret place. Because those who abide in the secret place of the Almighty, okay, excuse me, those who dwell in the secret place will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Come on, God, teach your people. Yeah, that's Psalms 91. That's the beginning of Psalms 91. Okay, so the very fact that you guys were learning, okay, in Psalms 91. Okay, let me just say this right here, right? So it says, recognizing God has been and is our refuge in every situation. God is God. This is Psalms 90, because that's how I start off. Moses was like, I know you God. Look at here. God is God, and I know you God, but goddamn. That's what he said, y'all. That's what he said. Look, I know you God, but do you see the shit that we going through? Do you see the hell? Do you see what we going through? Like, we keep marching through this wilderness, okay? We only live in about 70 or 80 years, and all 70 or 80 of those years are full of struggle. That's what Moses was saying. Like, how long? Okay? But in this, he was asking for wisdom. That's that hermit mode, right? While you was going through the struggles, you was asking for wisdom. This is why you up next. Right? So it says asking for wisdom. It's okay to ask. For how long, right? It's okay to doubt, but believe it's happening. Believe you are protected. Believe your works are blessed, right? It says, make us rejoice for as many days that we have been humbled. This is what God is doing for his people. As many as days as you was afflicted out here by this world is as great as your day is going to be. And this ain't some prosperity preaching. When I tell you, I cannot explain the feeling that I was feeling when I wrote this message. Okay? Because like I said, God went and because God literally led me to read 90, then 91, then 92, and all of them coincided together. And I'm sure that was for a reason, right? But it literally, Psalms 91, we praying for relief. Psalm 90, we praying for relief. Psalms 91 ensures our protection. Psalms 92 is victory and praise. You think God ain't gonna come through for his people? But I'll probably have to do like a separate. But go watch that video. This card just fell. As I was speaking, this card fell on my hand. I did not tell you God was doing some magic. I know what the fuck I be talking about. Okay? So you coming out that secret place, beloveds. You coming out right into expansion here. And God is showing me, look, it's a snail on here. And then it's a chicken. You know, when the chickens be plucking the dirt, okay? You know, that's a sign of like taking all day. Okay? So this has really, you've been waiting for this with this snail. Okay, some of you guys could be looking at the clouds because the clouds, these look like clouds, have shapes. Look, whatever you've been dreaming about, because look, these look like clouds, okay? So you could be having visions, okay? You could be seeing things, dreaming of what it is that you are ready to expand here. What's this 3 of Wands? What is this? 2 of Discs in reverse. I'm telling you, look at this. Something broke. Something has broken. Look at these machetes. This is giving Archangel Michael energy. And you know, oh my God, I never really looked at none of these things in here, but this kind of looks like the wind too, you guys, okay? This kind of looks like the wind. And then don't this look like, these look like 11, these look like 11. Right? So that's giving me something about manifestation. By it being in reverse, there could have been something you, like I said, you was confused about. Okay? There could have been some kind of decision. 2 of Discs is the 2 of Pentacles. So it's like you could have been struggling, having to make certain financial decisions. I feel like you coming out of that because that's in reverse. Yes, your strength. Okay? That looks like a leopard too. So leopards could be significant. What is this 2 of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, y'all coming out of that robbing Peter to pay Paul shit. I'm telling you, it's up. Your turn. Star. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I'm telling you, you've healed something. That's what I'm saying. That wood. What is that? Earth? Okay, so something about a foundation. And that's what I'm saying. Something, there could have been some kind of storms or some wind, because this wind keeps catching my attention. And there's so many, like there, and wind is air. So that could be like communication or thoughts. There could have been so much on your mind. There's a lot of shit in here, right? I see skulls 4 times. So y'all could have went through a lot of deaths and rebirths here. All right? But I see cowrie shells all throughout. So that means your protection was there. And I see money. Okay, and then I see like the little you know, what the burglars wear. So you could have been worried about like thieving ass energy, like stealing your energy. There's been a lot on your mind. Okay, there's been a lot on your mind. Okay, revolutionary. God didn't tell me that, and we need to normalize listening to our God, right? Y'all, I'm not the channel for you to come because I'm going to accept you how you are, right? I'm going to love on you because that's what Jesus did, okay? I'm going to definitely love on you, and I'm going to offer you the respect, and I hope you, you know, in turn do the same and can respect my right to do what I want. And if you do not like it, then you can simply leave. It's that simple because I'm not going to argue with you, okay? How many building funds you got in the church with no progress? I don't know what that means. Okay. The real prophets are outside. Well, see. Oh, so this must be why God brought me on here. Y'all must need the love over here. That's why that healing card came out as y'all was talking that. Because, you know, I don't read comments when I'm channeling. So, I don't ever read them. You know what I'm saying? Until I stop. And then when God tell me to read them, I read them. The one thing that I want y'all to understand, the ones who want to try to come over here and troll me, beloveds, you can't troll me. I'll let you run it up. Okay? Until I learn how to get mods. Because I just started this YouTube. I just started going live on YouTube. And my mission is to love God's people. And it didn't say loves God people as long as they love me. It didn't say that. It says love God's people, period. And I consider you God's people, right? So whatever you wish to say to me, I apologize if your childhood was not the best. But yeah, I don't let entities interrupt God's word anymore. God said continue. Okay, but God bless y'all. All right. And maybe if y'all stick around, you might get some kind of message. Okay. Oh, not me. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ivory. Yeah. Have I ever seen near-death experiences? I've had near-death experiences, and the human brain is so funny. The human brain is the most powerful tool that God has given us. Okay, so you can't. I'm not going to say that people's near-death experiences aren't real because it's real to them. But it's definitely something that's in your subconscious, beloved, because, heaven, I talk to dead people, right? I see and I talk to dead people. And so when like somebody's grandmother is coming through, as soon as I said that, okay, so one of y'all, it must be the revolutionary right now. There's a grandmother energy who just came through. Mighty, mighty forceful, very strong, very sweet spirit. Okay. Yeah, there's something about church with her too, you know. So, but anyway, so there's definitely like I said, it's to each its own, right? So that's why I don't go about other people and what other people say and how other people's experiences are their experiences. My experience is my experience. That's why we came here, to experience life. We're not supposed to all have the same experience. That's what makes us great, diversity. We all have different things that we like to do and that different things that we can manifest that are uniquely tailored to us. So this is why we have to keep our eyes towards the hills which cometh our help, so we can listen and hear our God and make sure we're not hearing any powers or principalities, because they are very sneaky. Okay, they are very sneaky. All right, so we have to make sure that we're standing on faith and hearing God's word, okay, and not being fooled by our traumas, our insecurities, okay, not being fooled by, the things that happened to us in the past, regret, sadness, bitterness. You might want to check some of those energies within inside yourself, is what I just heard, okay? So, and it's okay, because this is why we came here, to experience these emotions, right? So it's okay to have bitterness. It's okay to be jealous. It's okay to have to feel the feelings of envy. Just don't dwell in it, okay? What did it say? We dwell. What did that say in Psalms 21? Those that dwell in the secret place, okay? We dwell in the secret place of God, so we can abide in the shadow of the Almighty, okay? We know the word over here, beloved, and we practice it. We do it. we don't just sprout it, okay? But anyway, let's get back to our message, okay? Yes, God manifesting other things for us. Yeah, God got a new plan, okay? If you want to call your grandma, if you want to call your grandmother a demon, okay, she's quite funny too, actually. Okay, somebody got a sense of humor. She's saying something about your mother. I'm not finna give her free. Whoever this is, you must be a woman. okay? Because I'm not. If you're not a woman, you dwell in feminine energy, okay? That means if you know, you might be a little emotional, okay? But anywho, but if you ever want to book a session with me, okay, we can handle that. We can handle those traumas. Let's continue though. Let's give the message, continue to give the message to the ones that have understanding, the spiritually strong. Right, Black. I don't know where you at, but right. Okay, to the spiritually strong. Okay. So anywho. So we got the 17. 17 could be significant, okay? But healing, like I said, you guys, okay? You coming out of hermit mode. You have learned how to stand in your faith. You see how I just did that? Before, somebody would have got cussed out. Glory. God is bringing us a mighty long way, y'all. We're going to give ourselves credit for that. Okay, so but you're coming out of hermit mode, jumping right into expansion here. So there could have been some sort of like I said, some kind of juggling that you had to do, but God is healing that. God is healing something in your finances, and I think it could be something more of like your mindset. All right, so your mindset could be changing here. There's something, because this is about stars, but God is showing me, okay, something about emotions, because God is showing me all this water right here. Ooh, I didn't even see that, right? So something's being birthed. Crows could be significant. There could be something about the woods, okay, about nature. But look at this right here. This is a pregnant lady, y'all. Okay, so babies could be significant, but I feel like there's something that you're healing. And you know what? I was going to say that this kind of looked like a moon, but this, look, it has a star in it. This is the sun, and look at this, the moon. So we have sun, moon, stars, which is the Trinity. So God is talking about the Trinity, and you can call it, you know, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, you know, whatever that is to you, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine, and, you know, the all, you know, yoking, anchoring it all together, right? So you're definitely growing spiritually here. And I love this. You're healing, okay? You're being restored here. Hope. Ooh, High Priestess fell out. Come on, God. Look, there go them cowrie shells. Okay? Be ye transformed. Yes. Yes. We are in God's word. Renee, you better tell them, girl. Okay? It's your grandma pay homage. I felt somebody grandma in here. Okay? I felt somebody grandma in here. Okay, it could. It's that other one too, because she's not letting up. Okay, I don't know if that person like from the South or the grandma from the South, but she talking about some collard greens. She talking about cooking. So I don't know if she's still in here. Okay, but anywho, High Priestess. All right, so okay, so y'all intuition. Y'all are healing something with your intuition. You know, with the High Priestess, you guys, it's about ancient knowledge too. Something is awakening, okay? So y'all are awakening something. That's why God said it's your turn. You're up next. You're up next. The Ten of Swords, okay? It wanted to come out in a struggle position, right? So, like I said, you guys definitely been through a lot. With the Ten of Swords, like, that's literally, look, death. Look at all these swords. Literally. People try to take you out. Goddamn, that's a skeleton. I didn't even realize that was a skeleton. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Look at all them knives, okay? And then people just float on. Look how they just rolled on your blood. That's crazy. But you was always stable. Look at what God said. You was always stable. You was always stable. Okay, they thought, I know it was the blood. Somebody, grandma, go to church. I know it was the blood for me. One day when I was lost, he died upon the cross. And I know it was the blood for me. Somebody, grandma is really, really into the church. Maybe somebody's grandma was like a deaconess, okay? Or maybe they was in a choir, okay? They're just showing me like church hats here, okay? Definitely somebody in the South, okay? This is grandmother, somebody who was either in the South, or you're in the South, or somebody was born in the South, okay? But there's definitely, look, Ten of Swords, so there was a lot of backstabbing. There was a lot of betrayal here. Just a lot of darkness. You were in darkness here. Okay. She was a beautiful angel. Yes, this energy is. She definitely is. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because she wants to specify that this wouldn't have been something that she would have been like she would have been like that person that was in this comments. Okay, but she was definitely like a high priestess too. So this could be where you get your intuition from, your grandmother. Okay, so there could have been there could be like a grandmother energy, something about a birthday, a celebration as well. She's saying, okay, so March or May, M. Okay, M. The letter M could be significant. There's something about the letter M. Okay, March, May, mayhem. I don't know why I just heard that. Okay, I'm seeing rams, goats. Somebody's the goat. They're recognizing goats. Okay, somebody's granddaddy. Look, this is why I don't be up. Let me finish, y'all, because when I open portals and let one slide through, but I ain't really had no choice. Okay, that grandmother, she came through. Okay, without me, like, and I allow them to do that sometimes. Okay, when they really need to get their message across. Okay, but let's continue. Okay, but somebody, grandma, definitely in the energy. Okay, so she just wants y'all to know that. Look, 2 of Wands. Rams. Did I say rams? Because I meant to say rams. And here go rams. Okay, here go rams. So the 2 of Wands. Okay, so y'all coming out, like I said, and getting right to work. There's some kind of, you're preparing something. There's something that you see, because the 3 of Wands is foresight, right? Progress, right? So there's something that you foresight. There's something that you saw with the high priestess out here. There's something that God, there's a vision that God has given you. Some of y'all could be prophets, right? So some of y'all could be getting like messages or downloads or some shit like that about the world, about other people. Like, this is what I feel like. There's something within your bloodline that's healing, especially when it comes to like occult knowledge or ancient knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is what God just said. Okay, so with the 2 of Wands right here, coming out of the hermit. So y'all coming out of hermit mode, wiser, stronger, faster. Who sings that? Brittany? Dun, dun. Okay, so Brittany, the letter B, or Brittany could be significant, that name. All right, so the 2 of Wands, though. Yeah, y'all are planning something, or y'all have planned something. Okay, you've been preparing for something. You've been preparing for this kind of expansion. And that's why God said it's up. It's your turn next. Okay, and God said somebody's stubborn, okay? You could be Aries energy, but God's saying, like, this has been a journey. You've been kind of stubborn, and that's okay, because that's your nature, and it's going to come in handy, is what God just said, right? So, Page of Discs, all right? Page of Discs. Okay, so there's some kind of opportunity. Y'all have manifested some kind of opportunity, because remember, I saw this card fell right on my hand here. Okay, the Magician. Okay, so there's something, you guys have all that you need. If you've been worried about like resources or anything like that, God is saying no. Like, learning how to let go. A lot of you guys are learning how to release is what I'm here. Surrendering is what I'm here. What is this, y'all? Didn't I say don't worry? Look, 4 of Wands. Okay, 4 of Wands. Ivory, was you asking me where I've been? 4 of Wands here. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, harmony. God is talking about family here. Celebration. This elephant is sticking out. Y'all know I love elephants. This anchor is sticking out. So something is about to be still, because you anchor. Didn't I say anchor yourself in God? All right, so something about anchoring. When you throw an anchor on a boat, like when you throw the anchor, it's to slow the boat down, right? So there could have been some kind of anchor, okay, that you feel like God has put into your life. So things could have slowed down, but that's because it's getting ready to stop. You about to get off this boat. There go the Magician again. Okay, and look, they're like washing their hands, okay? And red feathers could be significant. I don't know, red feathers, but this look like a mojo bag or I don't know. I'm telling you, whatever y'all are manifesting, here go the infinity symbol with the crown. I told you, you're royalty. Okay, so whatever y'all manifesting, whatever resources, especially with this, it's a lot of wands out here. a lot of passion, a lot of fire. You could be a fire sign. Things could happen in fire sign season. So Leo, Aries, Sag, right? So something could be happening now. Something could have happened. I did say March, okay? Something could happen in March or May, okay? Or something could happen in Sagittarius season, okay? But there's something about stability here, joy. And then I look at justice and then the lovers. I'm telling you, okay? So there's some kind of balancing that's happening here. That, like, that's the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Okay, some kind of mental clarity, some kind of divine intervention because of your healing. I'm telling you guys, there's some kind of opportunity that you have created here. With this page of disc right here, she did it, look, okay? Because not everything is evil, okay? But it looks like she sacrificed. Sacrifice, collective. Y'all have made sacrifices for this opportunity. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, because she making a sacrifice. So some of y'all could be venerating your ancestors more, or fasting, or, you know, detoxing, or there's some kind of sacrifice that you're making. Okay, and this could have something to do with your mental. Okay, but with this Ace of Swords right here, there's some kind of truth. Okay, you could be learning some kind of truth or healing from some sort of truth that you always knew. Okay, it could have caused some kind of tower moment that you find out, but you always knew here. It's like Spirit had to show you to trust your intuition because you was right. Okay, whatever truth is coming out, or whatever clarity that you just received, God said, this is why I've been telling you to trust your intuition. 5 of Wands, High Priestess. I've been picking up this energy of motherfuckers who want to fight, battle. One-sided beefs go crazy. These people are miserable, y'all. Okay, so whoever, this could also be you wanting to fight your intuition. Don't do that. You could have been battling, and I can't tell you not to do that because I did that. Try not to do it, because you are that. You are that. Your intuition is that. You know what you know. You got the High Priestess plus the Ace of Swords. So not only do you have Spirit is saying, not only do you have occult knowledge or ancient wisdom. I like that word better. I don't like that word occult, if you want to be honest. I don't like that word because it's not. It's just ancient wisdom, right? So if you've unlocked some sort of ancient wisdom here, and maybe you communicate that with this Ace of Swords, but it's really in your head, and for some reason maybe you battled that, okay? Or maybe you had a lot of people who battled you, or who wanted to fight you, or you had people in secret competition because of your gifts, but you always saw through this. This is what God was saying, like, you really had to learn, especially when it comes to like family or people who you thought that you had some sort of relationship with here. And it's so funny because it's like, you see how this baby is distracted? Okay, yes, okay, this baby is distracted. So it's like maybe these people attempted to distract you. 1010 could be very significant. Okay, so you got this 5 of Wands right here. All right, black and white, just arguing. Black and red, that's Elegba. Okay, so Elegba is a trickster energy too, and you do have to do some kind of sacrifices. Maybe there were some people working with the spirit of Elegba. Okay, if they did, ooh, I ain't gonna speak on that, okay? But with the High Priestess, I ain't gonna speak on that, because people should really figure out about the spiritual realm. You just can't be going and doing spiritual work on everybody. You just can't be doing that, okay? You think you a bad mamma jamma? Okay, well, keep fucking with God's people. We gonna see just how bad you are, beloved, okay? I scratched my nose, y'all. Okay, let's continue. All right, so God, what is this? Okay, so it's either in, take it as it resonates, right? It could be both of them, right? You could have had secret competition. You could have people that are beefing with you for no reason. You could have people who are in competition with your intuition, with your spiritual gifts, okay? And you could have been fighting them. You could have been feeling these projections, okay? Like, if you don't do that, if you trust yourself, then all of a sudden you like start to doubt, or you start to do something, because they're definitely was some hoobly-jubbly type shit to come on. This is the Ten of Swords. And that is one of my cards to say that somebody was dabbling in some shit to try to take you out here, to try to end stuff for you. Okay? And like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom, they're trying to end something that was stable. Okay? Or that is stable. They want to end something that is stable. The Emperor is protected. They're not going to. 4 here, like I said. 4 here. Okay, so 4 of this. Right, y'all started holding back for some shit. That's what I'm saying. Coconuts could be significant. Okay, but y'all started holding back after this defeat. Okay, this ruin that you went through. Okay, y'all started holding back. You started holding back. You started getting some structure about yourself. Okay, with the Emperor card here, taking control of your life, standing in your authority, standing in your power here. And then God was always behind you. Some of y'all got ancestors really that do not play about you. Look, you were definitely crowned in this season. You was definitely crowned in this season. And somebody's a warrior. That's an X on there. Somebody's a warrior here. Red. Oh, ooh, y'all. What is this? The King of Swords. And don't play. Right. Y'all are the type that are, you're very concise about your boundaries. I'm so proud of y'all. Yeah. You learn boundaries. You learn how to stand them. And I told y'all the difference for me between the King and Queen of Swords. The King of Swords don't want to hear no shit. Like, the Queen of Swords will at least hear you out. She'll be like, yeah, baby, I'll listen. But she's still going to set up her boundaries. She's going to be very classy, very demure. You know what I'm saying? When she say hers. And she's going to be like, yeah, I understand. But I still don't think that blah, 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 blah. The King of Swords like, no. I said what I said. I don't have to give you no explanation. I don't have to do nothing, bitch. No. I said no. And just be sitting there, blink, blink, stare, stare. Okay, but the King of Swords is somebody who is very fair too, though. So let's not get that wrong. So if they're setting up boundaries or if they're cutting you off, then it has to be a fucking reason. It's a reason why, beloveds. It's a reason why if you in this King of Swords energy, and green and yellow could be significant. So heart, so you are becoming love, okay? Because that's heart center energy and solar plexus, right? So the power of love, the power of you is love. So you are love, even though, you know what I'm saying? You are this King of Swords energy, okay? You move with integrity, and I like that. And this is why you have manifested something. Okay, you're in the process, the page of this, so it could have really just been slow. You really been doing something. Okay, as I look up at the 7 of discs, y'all really been, like I said earlier into this live, there's something that you have been fueling your energy towards, a manifestation you've been fueling your energy towards. And there are some manifestations that take longer than others because it takes more energy. It takes more fuel. Okay, so some things, if you wonder why, well, damn, I can manifest this quick. Why can't I manifest this quick? Because there may be some things that really take time and that you have to sacrifice for. Dedication, be disciplined. Okay, there are certain other energies that need to go into that manifestation in order for that to manifest. So I feel like it's something though. Okay, I feel like it's something like that. Something like you've been manifesting and pouring energy to and maybe had to switch up. You know, you ain't gave up is what I just heard. So this is something that you haven't given up on and hasn't quite worked. Spirit said it's been evolving. Glory, okay? So this is something that you have started that's been evolving over time. Okay, so it ain't that it didn't work out. It was evolving, okay? So it's like you had to get to this King of Swords, okay? Maybe, and I was about to say Queen of Swords, so maybe it was a process, okay? So maybe you had to get to the point where, you know, well, are you still explaining yourself to people on why you're saying no, or why you're choosing you, or why you're doing this, but you learned, like, I'm gonna still stay on my boundaries, and to the point where I ain't gotta tell you a motherfucking thing. I ain't gotta tell you nothing, okay? 2 + 2 is 5. You got it. The fuck I'm explaining myself to you for? I know my heart. I know what I'm doing. I know what I came here to create. I know what God put on my heart. Okay, so that's where y'all are at now, and I love it. I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay. Y'all, the Queen of Discs, Queen of Pentacles, coming out after. And look, vultures could be significant. I'm telling you, there's something about this vulture. There's a activated, right? Activation, God is saying. Your heart chakra is being activated. And they go that red and green again. Okay? So stability, love, right? Your love is stable. Queen of Discs, so you're gathering something. Look at your ancestors in the back here. Okay? Y'all are so welcome. Okay? Look at this. Ancestors are definitely in the bag. So there's something your ancestors have been helping you, giving you the energy for. Because y'all, they don't do shit for us. I wish people really understood how life works, right? You are the creator of your life, okay? You make shit happen in this life. But whatever deity, whatever ancestor, God, I use God a lot. And I use my angels to protect me, right? So when it says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, okay, Christ don't do it for you. You can't wait for shit to fall into your lap. That's not how it happens, right? God gives us the strength. Do you know how difficult it is having to get through anxiety, having to get through worry, having to get through feeling unsafe, having to get through feeling like, you know what I'm saying, loneliness, okay, mental issues, you feeling like you don't want to be here, feeling like you're not loved. This is what I mean by how you tap in. When you really tap in and you allow God and your ancestors to love on you, they will give you the strength that you need to move past those energies, so you can feel the love that God is bestowing upon you, so you can keep fucking going and God can show you a miracle. That's the whole point. These powers and principalities are going to continue to try to distract you. That's their job. And you should thank God every day that a distraction comes, because that just means I'm going to show your ass again. I'm going to show you again how much God come through for me and how much I allow God to come through for me, because I'm not worried. The fuck is wrong with y'all? But if y'all, simpletons, they be simple. That's why they get on the short bus. They on the short spirit bus, y'all. They on the short spirit bus. Okay? We just gonna love them. Because we're doing big things. The Queen of Pentacles, you're gathering resources right now. God is having you gather resources. Right to the Four of Wands. If you've been worried about stability or something being stable, and remember that is right under the one that I said, don't that look like 1111? And that's the Four of Wands talking about 1111. There is definitely something manifesting, okay, that you don't see. All right, so God is working in the background. What's this? Knight of Cups? There's something being brought to you, something something that's going to have to do with your emotions. Okay, you've been asking for help. I got that message the other day about God bringing in destiny helpers. Okay, about God bringing in destiny helpers. Okay, have a beautiful day, baby. Oh, y'all. Okay, let me hurry up and finish this. I almost been on here an hour. Okay, Four of Cups. So some of you guys, like I said, could have been in this energy of just sadness, just having a lot on your mind. And that's what I felt, right? And maybe you've been thinking about this thing that you're manifesting, okay, that is coming towards you, okay? It has one cup, that Ace of Cups. It's about new beginnings is what I'm hearing. New love is what I'm hearing. So something's going to ignite your emotions. Okay, and I feel like it's after a time where you went through a lot of difficulties, a lot of hardships, okay, a lot of ruin, okay, defeat, betrayal, backstabbing, okay, people talking about you, groups of people, okay, that's 10 fucking swords, okay, so it was definitely more than one person. 1 to 10 people were definitely running their goddamn mouths, okay, but at the end of the day, we got 7 of Cups. Spirit said it's in this hole. They dug the hole for themselves, y'all. That's just what, y'all. And it's under the 5 of Wands. God said, you put that stinking thinking down here, and then they also, the very hole that they dug for you, okay, into that destruction, let them fall. That's what I just heard, right? So 7 of Cups, people thought you have options, okay? So Spirit is saying, like, get out your head, okay, with this 4 of Cups, okay? Stop getting out your head. Don't be in energy of like being apathetic, or it's like, the regular 4 of Cups. She's sitting there, she got her arms crossed, and God is offering her a cup. This same fucking cup, y'all. Come on, God, teach your people. Okay? God is offering you the cup, but you're not seeing it. So there's definitely something God is offering that you are not seeing. Okay? And it's the 6 of Pentacles. It has to do with equal reciprocity, right? So you are getting equal give and take. Okay? Are you seeing it? Okay, definitely 444. Okay, so you're definitely protected. God is saying trust. Okay, continue to trust at this time. Look, 5 of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the bottom of the deck. So this is why God said, let go of regret, let go of remorse, let go of the past. Okay, things that happened in the past, and then that's so beautiful because it's right over. Well, it's not, but it's right after the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. I mean, and the 4 of Discs. So it's like God is saying, continue, okay? Continue to hold back any energy or be stingy with your energy. Be selective with your energy. Make sure you're managing everything well. Your finances, your time, your energy, okay? Your friends, your family, okay? Just making sure you maintain some kind of solid, you're building a solid foundation. The 4 of Pentacles is also about gifts too. Look, 3 of Discs. There's definitely something about collaborations or partnerships. Okay, that's coming up. Okay, and I'm telling you, heavy on the ancestors coming through. Okay, like I said, some of you guys could have been like venerating. So look, that's amazing that was the last card, because your ancestors, whatever this is your turn up is, you're next. Okay, whatever this is, you're next. Your ancestors definitely have a lot to do with it. Soccer could be significant, or there could be something about like the refereeing. That's funny. That's funny. Give us some closing messages. Your ancestors are refereeing. That's funny. That's funny. Look, divine light. They want you to know you're the divine light here. Okay? Hallelujah. Amen. They want y'all to know you're the divine light. Okay? Yes. Okay? I wonder if Ray's still in here. All right, so divine light. I am an expression of love, and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. Okay, so God is saying divine light. Once you let go of who you used to be and let go of the things that used to, and this is old thought process too, because God is sitting here saying, here go this yellow and gold. That's actually gold. Okay, so God is telling you, once you let go of that old version of yourself, then you're going to be able to see the divine light shining through you. Okay, God said, no, you are the divine light, beloveds. Okay, you are an expression of love, the divine fruit. I knew this one was going to come out. I don't know. I just knew. Okay, so it says, as I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. I told you your foundations are being strengthened. Okay, there's something that's getting ready to take action. Okay, and it literally says, look, something about foundations is being strengthened. So there could be something that's coming in to strengthen your foundations. Okay, because you are holding the divine fruit. Look, your faithfulness is what did it. Okay, peace. Come on, God, your faithfulness is bringing peace, y'all. Okay, so if that's something, if you've been excited, if you've been overwhelmed, a little anxious, maybe a little worried, God is bringing you peace. I told you, because of your faithfulness, because you've been faithful. Okay, and it's because you've been faithful. All right, returning to your heart transformation. So I'm telling you, there's something that's transforming about your heart. Okay, there's something transforming about your heart. So like before, we didn't, the Two of Cups didn't come back out, but we kept seeing it as we were shuffling, right? So I really feel like there are some soulmate connections, some divine unions all the way around. That doesn't mean just counterparts, right? Divine unions are soul kindred spirits that are coming together. We're gathering, okay? That's what that Queen of Pentacles is, gathering resources. Oh. So God got his people on mission. And if you tapped in, God said that you know what you're supposed to be doing. And that's you playing your part. So, my beloved souls, continue to play your part. Continue to love on yourself because you are producing divine fruit. Don't let anybody sway you. Okay, you see all the distractions that tried to come in here today? But glory be, okay? Like, people don't understand. When you come in and you try to be, a distraction to a person who God is their everything, like their best friend, their confidant, my everything. My feet shall not be greatly moved. And I know you don't understand that because obviously you're sad. When you come in here and you try to say things like that, that's a reflection of what's going on inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all can try all you want to. Like I said, every distraction that attempts to come my way and to distract me, I'm gonna give God the glory. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't be in my vicinity had not God allowed you here. So therefore, there is a lesson that I must learn. And most likely the lesson is to, give you love. That's most likely the lesson. But anyway, I return y'all energy back to y'all so much, my YouTube people. I will be back more and more, I promise, okay? Offering subscriptions and stuff, so y'all can take advantage of my meditations and my workshops, and my discounts for, my energy clearings and my energy cleansings. Okay. But anyway, God, we love you so much. Ancestors, known and unknown, archangels, ascended masters, and guides. We thank you for this message. Thank you for this sanctuary. We thank you for all the people who came through here, God. May all of them be blessed and get a word from you. Continue to create in us clean hearts, renew steadfast spirits within us. Continue to keep our hearts pure so we can continue to be the best and most authentic versions of ourselves and be a great reflection of you. We declare and we decree that all our prayers, petitions, and purposes, that they are already fulfilled in your righteous name. As we seal this prayer, fortify this energy, and close this circle. And amen, alhamdulillah, ashe, ayibowo, namaste, selah, and so mote it be. Okay, we good in all God's houses. I keep trying to tell people. We show respect to everybody, okay? And that's why we good in all God's houses. All right? This is how God is rebuilding the nations, okay? Respect is going to go a long way, y'all. Respect and love is going to go a long way. Even though respect is love, but some people have separated the two when one doesn't go without the other. But anywho, I love y'all so much, okay? And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want to book a session with me, y'all make sure y'all send me an email, okay? prophetessashamayat@gmail.com, all right? But I love you guys so much. Y'all go forth with the power of source behind you. Continue to dare to be different, dare to dream your destiny. And y'all stay the fuck aligned, divine, and fine. Peace, y'all. Thanks for chilling with me.